And welcome back to the ID Machine. You're watching the Sly Guy, Kaboom, Kaboom, and Super Kaboom, oh yeah, Ernham, Jin, Kaboom! Kaboom, oh yeah, Kaboom, oh yeah, Kaboom, oh yeah! We have updated our Stompy deck, removed the scaled worms, we've added Ernham Jins, Llanowar Elves. We also have our Wild Growths now. I finally have my Wild Growths back. I have offended you again, so I guess this is the end. Because everybody knows you're such a desert twister, yeah. And you're upset at every single thing we said. And everybody knows it's all just in your head. Wasted feeling, going, speaking. You know why you've crossed the line when I said that you were mine. Going, skiing, no hard feelings. Since you will not be my girl, this is the end of my... Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the ID Machine, Sly Guy. So we have now updated the green deck. If you'll notice, no more grizzly bears, no more scaled worms. We have added Ernham the Jins. Very beautiful. Chronicles Ernham the Jins. So I have Arabian Nights Ernhams and I have Chronicles Ernham the Jins. I have another set of Ernham the Jins in the Ernham and Burnham deck right there. So it's because of course, you'd like to put in the most cost-effective creature ever. And Ernham is my favorite green creature of all time, which is why I have him. Of course, no green deck is powerful without Llanowar Elves. So I had to add Llanowar Elves to the deck because Llanowar Elves will help you speed up the deck significantly. Llanowar Elves, Birds of Paradise, but Birds of Paradise are expensive, so I didn't add them here. I only have the unlimited birds in the Ernham Gideon deck. Wild Growth, man, how I miss this card. Super cheap, super budget. For guys who can't afford Birds of Paradise, just like me and back in high school, these cards were everywhere, so I just used them instead of the birds, which were super expensive. And we have Crawworms, still Crawworms, favorite card. Ever since the early days of 4th edition, I love this guy. People were playing Shivan Dragon. Shivan Dragon was pretty sought after and expensive back then, so I play a Crawworm. And then he would fight the Shivan Dragon, as the Shivan Dragon didn't have first strike. Now, speaking of Shivan Dragons, if opponents had Shivan Dragons, I'd hit them with Desert Twisters. I'd knock them out of the sky completely. And this would also wipe out enchantments, artifacts, anything. Gazban Ogre, pretty bad when you play against direct damage or if he damages you first. But since this is an aggro deck, normally I could damage him faster. If I play a first turn Gazban Ogre and he's playing blue, then I hit him with a giant growth then attack, then he'll be playing catch up against a bunch of 2/2 creatures. Okay, this card was very useless way back in the 90s. People didn't like it, didn't care about it. But, okay, now that most people are playing Tron and robots in old school, this is invaluable. It's safe from Tetravus. It's safe, it cannot be killed by Triskelion. It shuts down Mishra's factories, which is why I'm adding it to the deck. Scavenger Folk, same thing. You can destroy artifacts, pesky artifacts, like Nev's Disc. If he plays a Nev's Disc before he can activate, you can wreck it with Scavenger Folk. A really, really useful card from the Dark. And Chronicles. And of course, Giant Growths. I could not find 4th edition Giant Growths anywhere, so I had to settle for the 7th edition Giant Growths, which is still pretty good. At least it's old card face and the script sprites. So what's the deck missing? Deck is missing Ice Storms and Berserks, but this variant does not use Ice Storm and Berserk. It works perfectly fine the way it is, and we're gonna use it to dominate old school. And once again, this is the ID Machine with the Sly Guy, signing off right now. Oh yeah, here we go. here is a second look at the Ernham Get on Deck, the deck of power, deck of flower, deck of flower. And you will play against this in the old school format now, oh yeah.